Good afternoon, Manchester, New Hampshire, and all the surrounding areas. How are you? Are you all healthy today? Are you all following good regional diet? Guess what? We have a holistic practitioner. Hey, I used the right word.
You did this time.
Oh my God. Dr. Jodie MacDonald, who has spent years studying, and you're still studying, aren't you?
Every day.
Do you find this, you learn something new every day?
I feel that you constantly need to learn more things in order to help people.
Yeah, and that's what I do. I love learning. I learn from my clients as well as I do. And we have Mike here. Michael, you want to introduce yourself?
Thank you for having me back, Norm. My name is Mike Martineau, known as Texas Mike. I'm a fun-loving local celebrity.
Yeah, see? And we just enjoy it, Mike. You have a lot of popularity when you come on my show.
Yes, I do.
We're going to try to get Mike on once a month so that we can just grow and grow. It's fun to have different people.
Absolutely.
My friend Laura, did you meet Laura that used to be on my show?
Lori.
Lori.
Yes, I know Lori.
She's coming on in August.
Oh, good.
You know, I guess she was in a very severe car accident.
I heard.
So, and it's time to let go of the negative and bring in the positive, And then I love having all these different people on. And I'm going to bring a lot of different spiritual people on as well. Next week I got Liz
Santana.
Have you met her?
Not officially, no.
Oh, she's a beautifully hearted person, And she gives the gift of love when she's reading. Okay? Just like when you're healing people. I got to tell you, folks, from my own personal experience with Dr. Jodie, I said, Jodie, I'm in a lot of pain all the time, and they found out. And I was depressed. I was crying, and I just found out I had got cancer. And oh my God, what am I going to do? You can't tell it gay, but what am I going to do? And all this stuff. And you told me what to use, frankincense.
Frankincense oil.
Oil,
Yep.
and we burned it. I put it. I actually blessed myself with it.
Good.
Whenever it works. And then when you have a support group like that too, that is one of the percentages of the healing.
Absolutely.
Like I had over 300 well-wishers. How can you go wrong? And then my son and daughter-in-law, if it went for them, I would never have gone to get checked out. So, and then I got all my nieces and nephews. Never knew I had so many.
Got a lot of people care for you.
Oh, but you know what? You earned that too. Just like with you. You're pretty popular,
You think?
Oh, yeah. You got a lot of people, like we were just talking about. You have a lot of people, and it's cool. Like with Mike here. Mike has a lot of popular when he comes on the show. The girls all love him.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. We got to get him down so we get him a big lipstick mark on his foot. We'll have to find a girl and kiss him on his ball spot. What do you think, Mike?
We'll try to get that happen. We
there
will.
There you go. That would be cool, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
Have a girl come in, give you a big kiss, and have a big lipstick mark.
Yes.
I think that would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? But Mike also goes to school. Now, you go to college, right?
Yeah, I go to college up at East West Concord Community College. I'm a couple classes away from graduating finally after 8 years, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how long you take, as long as you get it. So I'm 2 classes away from getting my associates in general studies and 1 class away from getting my certificate in sports management, which I'm very proud of being in school for so long, and just living life, have a good full-time job right now over on the west side, which is the best side.
Yeah, you're right, Mike. Give me a high five on that one. We're the forgotten side. Do you agree?
Yes.
Right? Although Bill Berry does a good job.
Yeah, Bill Berry does a great
really
job as alderman on that.
He and I worked on that park we have across the street from where I live. He put him and I put a lot of energy into that. But what's the name of that restaurant you work at, Mike?
Frank Horse Cafe, 488 South Main Street, open 6 to 2 daily.
It used to be a bread center.
Yeah,
really.
It's been many things. Before Frank Horse was there, it was a location of DW Diner, and then it was a bread store, and then before that, I don't even know.
I think there was a Sully's there or something like that where they said good meat. It's hard to find good meat. It really, that's not, I don't want this doctored meat. Okay, I want the organic.
You kind of want to look into like the farms now that are selling like grass-fed beef and even the chickens. You don't want grain-fed chickens. You want chickens that are eating natural feed.
Yeah. But all the government requires is only 10% organic. People don't realize that. People say, oh, it's 100% organic. No. Read your fine print. Do you agree with that?
I agree. I tell people to read your labels all the time.
Now, you're holistic. How long? What got you interested in becoming a holistic practitioner?
I actually started for myself. I had some issues. Doctors couldn't tell me what the issue was. They just kept saying, here, here's some more, pills and narcotics. I had issues with, migraines and female issues and things like that. And I broke down one day and I said, what is the issue? What is it? When, I didn't care. I didn't want to label. I wanted to know why, more or less. So I actually got into this to help fix myself in a natural way. And I did. I got so interested in it that once I got my certificates, I kept going on. I couldn't stop, and I'm still going today.
You're like it's like an addiction.
It is.
But it's a good positive addiction.
It is, because you can never learn enough. There's always more to learn.
Exactly. There's always something to learn. Mm-hmm. If you cannot run everything in life, but you just have to learn as you go and learn different methods and whatnot, and you do a great job with that. You have many books, which I have at home. I haven't used yet.
Maybe you got that's right.
Nice, yeah.
Maybe you got it. Mm-hmm. Maybe family members will read it.
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. But one thing, Mike, congratulations. I don't care. It took me 5 years to go to a 3-year school. But you know what? It doesn't matter how many years.
No, it doesn't.
No,
it doesn't.
I hate that word. Well, he's a slow learner, or he's handicapped, or this and you learn at your speed that you're supposed to learn at.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I bet he remembers more than the so-called fast learners, because something tells me he has a pretty good memory.
Well, there's so many schools and stuff, even online out there, that let you just go at your own pace.
Yes, exactly.
There's no, you have to get it done in this period of time, and you have to, your final exams have to be done at this period. You can take as long as you want.
Yeah. I hate it when you hear, well, the normal class students do it this way. What is normal?
There's so many different ways to learn now.
Normal for me is running around my house naked or outside if I didn't get in trouble, but so I can't do that. But normal for me is not normal for you.
Right, we're all individual people.
Not normal for you. Looks like Mike eats well. But you enjoy eating, right, Mike?
Yes, I do.
Are you a cook as well?
Not. I do prep work at the restaurant, but at home, not usually.
Your mom cooks for you? Are you spoiled?
Yes, I would say so. still living at home and whatnot. Your mom 26, but based on the economy right now and based on what I make, I couldn't even afford.
Well, your family love having you home.
Yeah, my family loves having me home. Yeah, family got a little bit bigger now, so.
So that's good. And not everybody's meant to be married.
No.
Not everybody's meant to have a relationship.
No.
I've had so many girls when I can't even. I was sitting there one day and I said, oh my God, I could think about all these people and well, I was quite the person,
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I went that path. I have no regrets for it, but it's maybe who I am today.
Exactly.
I have a better understanding.
Exactly.
Yeah. This month, and I'm going to brag again, I did 8 years this month without a cigarette.
Good for you.
And I was sitting here, and Nat Clutterman was sitting over there, and he hypnotized me. I looked like a whale. I was all my belly, and I thought, oh my God, I never realized how fat I was. I feel better now than I ever have, but I walk every day. Too. Do you do a lot of walking?
I do.
And it's really healthy.
Yeah, it's very healthy. When I go to Maine, I actually got my boyfriend to walk with me last weekend. We're going to Maine.
I bet he enjoyed it in the end.
He did.
You live together?
Yes.
That's your husband, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Why, only in the paper or the so-called Christian society that you have to be married. As long as you have a will or something set up so anything happens, you know how you're going to do it, then why God, you're going to go to hell if you're not married.
It's not what it used to be. It's not the sanctity it used to be.
And I also see where the population is on the decreasing in in this country because they're allowing people to murder each other, and they're allowing the mothers to have right up to 9 months in New York.
That's what I heard.
And it's very painful.
Yeah.
Folks, get a grip. Get a grip. Everybody said, oh, the babies are replacing. No, they're not. They're not replacing life.
No.
You can't.
No.
So can you add to life? Yeah, but you're not going to. That's like if you lose your dog or a cat to the other side. You're not replacing it. Mm-hmm. You're giving another animal a new home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's the way I
Absolutely.
feel about it. I think animals are so gratifying.
Oh, I'm an animal. I'll always be an animal owner, and yeah, I have two. One, he's just about 18, and the other one is going to be 3 in August, and they're
That's a cat.
yeah.
They don't call. Yeah, my three of my cats lived to be 21 and 22 years old, and they went Catholic. But I have a cat now, and he adopted us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and when I was at the hospital, after I come home, let me tell you, it was so gratifying to watch this cat jump up on the couch and lay down beside me. They know how you feel. They know how, folks. Don't be an animal hater. Be an animal lover. You
Absolutely.
know? You know, they don't require a whole lot of care. Are you an animal lover?
Yes, I've had, let's say in my life, I've had 3 cats, 6 dogs, a couple snakes. Like, they weren't owned by me, but lived in the same household. Couple bearded dragons, and now I have 3 lovable chihuahuas at home.
And they love it when you come home, don't they?
Yes, and they always see me in the window, and they're always barking. So it's like, okay, getting through the door, it's like going to the kitchen, and they're like, enough barking, it's just me.
Yeah. And that's what's rewarding. When the night before my dog went to heaven, she sat there by the door, waiting for me to come home from the TV show so I could say goodbye to her. Then about 2 hours later, she crossed. They know.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
they're always with you because, energy is not created nor destroyed. It just changes form.
No.
Still there. They're just...
Yeah. And I think about often, animals are such a comfort to us.
They teach you a lot. They teach you
They sure
unconditional love. They teach you comfort. They teach you... They teach you. And they are more aware of things outside of, just us. And
I have a friend that comes on with her dog. And that dog knows you have diabetic. I think that dog knows when my sugar level's high. Because it'll come over to me. And Amel, the dog's name. You know? And then this other gentleman, he has his dog. He comes on and with it too. And it's amazing how animals can be a comfort to it. I don't care. You can teach any animal. There's a friend that I know has a pot-bellied pig. And that potty trained goes down. And when the person's upset, the pot-bellied pig knows it, goes right by it. Animals know.
no, they do. They do. I have my foster sister. She lives down in Virginia, and she's shown pictures on Facebook where her horse actually comes into her kitchen. So, yeah.
If I owned a big house, I'd let my horse come in. I'd let my cow come in or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. My brother's got goats, and, they come in the house, and, doesn't matter what kind
Do
of
you like
animal.
goat's milk?
I do, but not often. Because milk is very mucousy for the body, so.
Have you ever tried goat's milk, Mike?
I don't think I have.
Oh, I actually like it better than cow's milk. It's healthier, actually. Yeah. Even if they do eat your garbage, so you don't have to worry about, or the sheep and all that too. But animals are here. I'm not going to say that you can't be a meat eater. That's ridiculous. You can't be be whatever you want to be. Okay, that's like we talked about last week. We talked about the virus shots. I'm not going to tell you not to get them. I'm just going to tell you use your own discretion.
I'd say research it first.
Yeah, that's all.
That's all.
And I'm not going to get it, but that's my choice. Even though the government is trying to make us get them. Did you get your shots?
Yeah, I got my second shot on Monday, and it's Wednesday.
No ill effects, right?
Only ill effect I had over the past couple of days is just soreness along where the shot was. That's it. I haven't. It's not like I've gone downhill or what.
And you have a good immune system.
Yeah. But that's it, always make it your choice. Do not, the sad part is people in nursing homes, they don't have a choice.
I know.
And if you want to go visit them in a nursing home, you don't have a choice. You have to have them shot. How wrong, that's a violation of my rights as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, your body, your choice. That's my...
And if you can't get a passport to go flying to another state, and if you don't have it. And
It's all right. I can drive.
Yeah, I don't understand the big push for it. Do you?
It's a moneymaker.
That's all it is. And you know what the thing I believe, and see if you agree with you, both of you, that while they're pushing for the virus, what is happening to our economy? We can see it spiral. It's not going to get any better until we finally say Trump's got to come back.
Enough's enough.
Yeah. And you know what? It's not only the Democrats. It's people in general need to say, okay, enough is enough. Because there are a lot of Republicans. There's a lot of. I'm not blaming either party.
Yeah, it's everybody.
They all have their own mind. What do you think, Mike?
It's all around. We just need to work as one nation to solve the issues and get everything to work. Yes, everybody has a different side. That's perfectly fine. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. We just need to work together as a nation and work together to get our economy back to where it is. Like we're having gas shortages down the south due to one of the pipelines. So that's affecting everything right now. Food prices going up, which is going to affect restaurants when they buy their food and whatnot. So you might have to pay a little bit more, but if you want that local restaurant to survive, they need your support, and we appreciate the support at Plain Course Cafe. I have my favorite spots in town: Ditch's Cafe, the Hop Knot. There's so many dimensions in it. It's always wanted to support a locally owned business.
Oh, absolutely.
It's been really tough the past year.
It really had, and that's the whole thing. I've been blessed in the last, I'm going to say, 3 months. Because when it first started out there, I didn't know what the hell I was going to do, And I've been so blessed. Even if you realize I can't allow the defeat to come into my life. And you're the same way.
That's right.
Tell, And want to tell about yourself and who you are and what you do and what your classes are?
I am a holistic practitioner. I am only in Massachusetts now. I let go of the one in New Hampshire. Things weren't working out. So I do many, many different things, from nutrition to herbal counseling to energy work to I'm actually giving some classes coming up. One's on energy work, how to feel it, what to do with it, things like that. I'm also giving a breath work class.
A what?
A breath work class.
A breath?
Breath.
Oh, breath.
Nobody breathes the way that they're supposed to be breathing. And basically what I will be teaching is, deep breathing, a thing called sky meditation, which is another form of breathing. Because, the lack of breathing that we're doing is actually not a cause, but can be a contributing factor to most illnesses and things that we do. So I'm going to be doing breath classes once a month to get people breathing properly. I also have 3 classes online that I just posted. One is it's called Creative Minds Meditation. It's basically jumping into a picture, Picture a house. What's the layout of the house? What's it look like? What's the furniture look like? Things like that. What's the backyard look like? Is there, a pool? Is there a garden? Is there, things like that. I've actually already got a 5-star rating on that class. I have a 21-day consciousness cleanse, which is basically learning how to forgive yourself and others. The first 7 days is going to get rid of all that negative stuff, the power of forgiveness, things like that. And the last 7 days is bringing the positive back in. And then I have a 21-day health and wellness challenge, which is not necessarily like, running every day or anything like that. Yes, moving every day is important, but it's on how electromagnetic fields affect the body, how to avoid them, or if you're exposed to them, how you get rid of all that energy. Blue lights, what they do to you. We have a class on, greens, why you should be having your greens, proper food preparation, food combinations, things like that. So it's
So you
really
keep it
excited.
busy.
Yes, oh, very busy.
That's like, well, I find that when I teach breathing, I probably teach it differently than you do, but it's all works out the same way. Because what people don't realize when they're breathing, and I teach it in and out how many times through the nose, through the mouth, and what people don't realize is, I want you to breathe through your nose and out your mouth, and I want you to put your hands on your tummy, and you too, and I want you to press through. Ready? Now press. See how much more air you get out of that?
Yeah.
So I tell all my clients, do that. Breathe. I teach how to breathe through the nose and out the mouth and all that stuff, that we reverse it. And I love it.
Oh,
I
me too.
love what
Me
I
too.
do.
Sometimes when I have a client on the table and I'm working on them on energy work, I always
that
pay
sounds
attention to how
interesting.
they're breathing. And one thing that I learned, I think it was
On the
last
table?
year,
No,
is bringing the air in through your crown, stopping at your waist area, and let the air out through your feet, and then bring the air in through your feet and then out through your crown. It's actually exhilarating.
One of my friends had told me that a lot of times your negative energy or something will come in through your navel, and then it will go out your feet. So for an experiment, I tried, and it's right. It does work. So so stuff like that. One of the things I'm seeing, like with Mike, by the way, Mike, you are highly respected in your area. Okay, I think that's. Now you do a lot of coaching, right?
Yes, I do. I do a lot of student management of many teams up at ACI. Season didn't go the way we wanted due to COVID and whatnot, so it was frustrating for our players to deal with that for basically a second straight year since we basically watched our spring season last year. We were just getting started, and it hit, and then it's like we try to make it through, but it didn't go our way. So and for the players it was really frustrating because it's like someone had to like the second year players who had to deal with it last year. So not many of them only got to play a couple games in their college career, and the end of their transfer or whatnot, and it's so awful. But for the freshmen we have, it's gonna be optimistic next year. We have a good schedule already for the fall, and I'm looking forward to going out of state this upcoming week to help out with our national organization, which is in Du Bois, Pennsylvania. So I'm taking a train from Boston down to Baltimore Airport, and then a flight on a Cessna Caravan 208 from Baltimore to Du Bois.
And you earned that right.
Yeah, I earned that because of my hard work effort, and the national organization loves me.
And that's it. When you go, like we talk about the positive attitude. Listen to him; he's a good example. I gotta have him back.
Absolutely.
He really, he sets a good example of why we can overcome any obstacle. Now it took him quite a few years to get to where he's at, but he did it.
Yes.
It
That's
takes
the
a really
main
long
thing.
time for
And I want you to
for
always
people.
be proud of that.
And,
Okay?
and I'm always proud of what I've been able to do in my life so far, and I have much more to come. My life is not over yet.
Oh no, not by any means. By the way, you're gonna be losing 50 pounds.
I need it.
And you're gonna feel better.
Yes, I.
Boy, then you'll have the girls wanting to kiss you on top of your head there, right?
Yes,
Forehead,
yes,
right?
yes,
You know?
yes.
You know, but folks, this is a prime example of what you can do if you put your mind to it.
Well, you create your own reality.
Right.
Again, if you want a nice, happy life, then you can create a life that's very happy. If you want to stay in the slums and not be, then you're not going to You're not gonna.
I had a lady come to me. I've known her for years and years, and she was ripping everybody up. Now, karma's really paying her back, and she doesn't know what she's going to be doing. I said, you know what? You're full of anger. Write it out. I said, and you'll come back. And I haven't seen her since, but a lot of times, I'm a firm believer in writing out your anger issues, because once you write it out, you can't take it back. And I don't believe in doing it on a computer. Okay, write it out because it comes from your heart.
Yeah, I tell majority of my clients I do have them journaling, so tell them,
I'm a firm
whatever you're
believer
feeling.
when I do that, because that way you got something to work with. And I have cut, as much as I love my sweets, I know I can't have them.
Moderation.
Yeah, that's what I do. Every once in a while, I'll have like he brings in those ring-a-ding, and then those chocolate things with a marshmallow. Oh, they're so good. But I cut it in half. I don't eat the whole thing. And then I blame him because the poor guy. So when I'm done, I make him hide them in his room so I can't be tempted. And that's okay.
You can still have them. You just can't have them all the time.
No, I know that's my biggest problem. And ice cream.
Well, they have dairy-free ice cream now, and you just got to watch the sugar content in this.
I was actually told by a diabetic specialist that yogurt is worse for you than ice cream.
Yeah, it is.
And then I said, and you know what, she was right. Read your ingredients.
Absolutely.
There are a lot of big, long words in there, Write them all down, look them up.
If you don't understand what those words are, don't buy it.
No,
don't ingest it.
Do you teach the proper? Do you teach good food as well in your classes? Do you teach what you should have, what you shouldn't have?
Well, a majority of the people know. When I'm working with somebody who has a chronic illness, then I will put them on something like special diets and what you can and what you cannot have, and make sure you're reading your labels and this is what you can have. Also, my detoxification program, just certain foods that you can't have during the detox. Other than that, I just tell people, eat as healthy as you possibly can, incorporate a juice or a smoothie in through your day, let go a majority of the junk food. I'm in favor of the 80-20. So if you're 80% of the time you're eating healthy, then 20% of the time you want a piece of cake or you want that pizza or you want, your ringy-dings, then
And you eat pretty healthy, Mike?
I should try harder, but I should try harder eating healthier. I try, and it's just I have my tastes are so it's like I do not. There's only one food that I don't eat. Otherwise, anything else is fair game to me. So it's like it's like trying to eat healthy while yes, I need to have food more at home and whatnot. But if I'm out and about at about snack time or a meal time, and that's like okay, I'm always looking like if I know if I'm in a specific area, I have my favorite spots to go, and then yes, I still try to eat healthy there, and it's for me it's difficult, but I'll get through it.
You know what? I tell people, don't try so hard.
Exactly.
Because then you get yourself into a conundrum. I use another big word. Because I found, like when I was giving up drinking, the harder I tried to give up drinking, the more I wanted to drink. Until one day I went to this one class, and I got to thank the Greater Manchester Health Center. They had these day classes I went to, and one thing about they taught us, be who you are.
Absolutely.
When I learned how to be honest with myself, then I was able to grow.
You also have to prepare, and especially with weight loss, when I talk to people about weight loss, you have to connect that mind and body. Because if your mind is not ready, your body's not going to follow it, no matter how good you eat or, things like that. But if you connect the two and they're in sync, and, I try and prep people beforehand, then you can lose the weight as long as your mind, because your body follows.
Hypnosis?
I don't teach it. No, I just actually got my certificate in hypnotherapy. So.
Because I've got to take a refresher course. You know, that's like with Reiki. Everybody talks about all these different Shambhala and Tai Pai Fu or what. To me, Reiki energy is Reiki energy. And it depends on how
You
you
use it.
manifest it.
Right.
You know, a lot of times, I'm not saying there's any wrong Reiki. I'm not saying titles are wrong. That's no such thing as a wrong way of doing Reiki energy.
I'm kind of on the energy is energy because I know so many different types of
Yeah,
energy work.
yeah.
Like I don't do just Reiki. I do access consciousness. I do Marconics. Or Marconic energies. I do what I put together is a full spectrum energy work, which is, so energy is energy to me. It doesn't matter where it comes from. As long
And
as,
that's the way I
it's
feel
useful
about it,
to.
too, you know. And when I teach my classes, I have had no in-class training, but my spirit guides me.
Absolutely.
And that's why I can't charge for it, because what I do is a donational fee. And one week I would do it to teaching 4 different ways. And they had 4 apple pies. To this day, I do not like apple pie. Do you
No?
like it? No. The last one I had, it was so horrible. And you had to eat it to be polite. Because you're the same way, eat when you like it or not. Because you don't want to hurt their feelings.
Right.
Or I'm not a Dunkin' Donut fan.
Oh, I do.
Oh,
do
that
Dunkin'
big
Donuts.
thing there, they bring them in. I've really cut back on my coffee.
Well, see, I make my own coffee at home, and I'm like a 1 to 2 cup person a day, and I buy organic coffee. I don't understand the long lines in those coffee places. It's like, does nobody make coffee at home
Not
anymore?
anymore. Have you gone by Burger King? Dunkin' Donuts. They have another place called Austin Joe, I think it's called. And the line, when you go to McDonald's or Dairy Queen, you should see the lines that go to
It's
Dairy
like
Queen.
people don't eat at home much anymore.
No. And it costs just as much to go to a McDonald's as it is to go to a regular restaurant. And then there are a few select restaurants that I like Ollie's. Oh my God, I love their seafood. Does your husband like seafood?
No.
You don't either.
Oh, I love seafood.
Yeah. You want to go to good seafood? You ever go to Ollie's?
I've heard of it, never gone.
Oh, try it.
Yeah.
And because of this pandemic, I usually have one big party in the springtime there, and because of this, I haven't had one this year. So, and the government should be applauding themselves, and the health department should be applauding, because they're double tracking. I have no respect for Sununu anymore. And when he's buying back that Johnson & Johnson, said it's okay with all that garbage that they're shouting out, they should be really proud of what's happening in this country. And like I've said before, it's not just the Democrats, it's the Republicans. It's the individual people. And it's us, because we keep re-voting them in, re-electing, re-electing.
I think that everybody should actually just do their research and get educated. There's so many great, they used to be, they've taken a lot down. People who give documentaries and lectures on what bacteria and viruses really are, how they've been around for thousands of years. Our body is adapting to what is around. So, for them to claim what they claim, it's very disheartening for me.
Very ludicrous.
When they came out with the mask thing, the number one nutrient your body needs is oxygen. You deprive it of oxygen, then your immune system goes down. If your immune system goes down and you get the shot, or you're not eating healthier, you're not breathing in proper air, you're going to get sick.
Yeah. Well, what people don't realize is they're in a car and they get the air conditioner going. Isn't there a lot of germs and bacteria coming out of that air conditioner?
Yeah, I don't use air conditioning in my car
In the summer,
at all.
I don't like air conditioning. I like it with
fresh air.
Times Square. Remember that show? Well, are you ready?
Sure. Give it to me.
Yep. Ooh, baby. Good thing this is a clean kid show, folks. You gotta shuffle them up really well. One of the things I do see your husband is he like a plant manager?
He's a lab supervisor.
And she's getting another promotion or another pay raise.
Yeah.
He's a very hard worker. He's a dedicated worker.
Yeah.
And you get all his blunt end of his when he's overtired. But you're also very patient with him, too.
I am. I've gotten a lot of more patience since I've started this whole holistic thing. So.
You two knew each other in your past life.
I feel that.
And that's what people don't realize. A lot of times when we have a good relationship, like your mom and dad, they've been together a long time, right?
Well, now it's my stepmom and my dad, but
Yeah.
they've known each other a couple years, and it's
They get along. It's like they've known each other in their past life. Okay, a lot of times when relationship work like that, like with you and your husband, you know, and I believe that Scott and I knew each other in our past lives as well. And what happens is it just reunites back together again. You see, oh, I've been married 50 years, I've been married 60 years. You know, I gotta watch my. See, now when you flick your wrist, you gotta go like this. See, there you go.
I used to belly dance, so.
There you go. I get my daughter-in-law laughing. I say that too. But you know, if we said no. I love Mike's positive energy. Don't you? I think it's real. There's nothing phony about it, and he's very honest about it. I also can have a feeling he has a temper when he gets upset. But you know what?
Don't we all, though?
Long, does it, Mike?
If I have a temper, I mean something's going wrong, I just try to work for the problem, try to get it fixed, and then move on in my life because I don't want to have that bad energy around me. I want to have good energy around me all the time.
And that's what works. Okay. When we have the positive energy around it, oh, don't get me wrong. There are days when and I'm sure you too. I'm not going to say every day is a positive day for me. That's bullshit. Oop. Yeah, I'm not going to say that. What I am going to say, sorry about that, you bleep it up, but every day is BS. Because if you say that, oh, every day is
Well, yeah, that's like when you say I have the perfect relationship. Well, yeah, no.
There's no such thing.
There's no such thing.
No.
You know,
No,
it's
And anybody that says all that stuff is all, you know.
it's work.
I don't want to have that perfect life. I don't want to have that. How do you grow?
Exactly. They're teachable moments.
When I was a supervisor, I never gave 100% on anything. Because when you do that, then you have to, you know.
It's like nobody's perfect because there's always room to grow.
You have bad days once in a while?
Yes. And if I have a bad day, even though it's still a bad day, I try to make it the best I can to turn around right away because I do not want a bad day to drag me down and I don't want to have that bad day affect me down the road.
Really, yeah. And that's what I do when I have a bad day, like if I have a medication reaction or whatever. Scott is so patient with me. And it's over stupidity. Over stupidity. Okay. Well, you didn't offer to fix my breakfast this morning, so I don't want any.
Don't tell me you're that bad.
Oh, yeah. And usually he does it anyways, you know, and he brings in their breakfast. Well, you didn't give me my coffee, so I don't want any, no. That's very spoiled.
I guess.
I have a child temper
Her
tantrum.
Royal Highness got to bring that down just a little bit.
Yeah, you know. Or you didn't do it, you know. And all this stupidity. So when I got off that medication that I was on, I was on that metformin.
Yep.
And that I had to get off of it. Every time I turned around, you know, I don't know, and anybody else probably would have walked out. You would have. He would have. And so if that isn't the divine spirit working with Scott and I being together, then that's, you know.
It's amazing how pharmaceutical drugs will alter your moods like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, do you see where the metformin now, people are suing the metformin? And I think Mary should look into that too, you know. One of my very good friends would take it. Then he ended up going on the insulin, and he ended up having kidney failure because of the machines. Folks, don't be afraid to ask your doctors questions. If they don't know the answer, then I want to not to take the med. Or do your own research.
I don't know how this is going to help you, but here, this is what you're supposed to take.
Right.
No, ask those
That's
questions.
why they call it practice.
Why? What are the side effects? What's it going to do to me? What are the long-term effects? What? You have to ask.
I've been very blessed with the doctors that I have. I will question them, and they do tell me. And I'll walk in there and I'll say, "How are you today?" They'll say, "You are the most positive." But don't you go, when you see somebody like, if you go to the doctor for some reason or whatever, don't you have a positive attitude?
You should, yes.
The doctors appreciate it. And if they try to rush me, then I get upset. Don't rush me.
I haven't seen a doctor in years, but you know, with what I do, I don't need to.
Yeah, you know, and like the one thing I gotta say, and I'm so proud of myself, is I've learned how to have a better attitude with white people.
Mm-hmm.
You can't call them waitresses anymore. That's what is it, politically incorrect.
Oh, there's so much of that going on right now.
You know, and I'll tell you, I had in Blake's restaurant. You know what Blake's is, right?
Yes.
And there was this one waitress. I mean, I had given her a wicked hard time. She gave me. She said, "Here, some money to help pay for your bill," because I made out like $2. I go, "No," and I called my daughter-in-law. And when I realized how hard she was working and her to do that, I'll tell you what, I have so much respect for waitresses. But if you're rude to me, I'm going to be rude back.
Right.
But I'll do it in a way they don't know. You know? And then I'll slam them on Facebook, which is the fun part.
Yeah.
You know? When you take out 5 cards.
5.
Yeah. And I want you to think, I don't want to know, but I want you to think about something that you want to happen for you when I don't want to know what it is. Don't look at them.
You don't
Well,
want
that
me to
one
look
we
at
will.
them. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
2,
Hey, she can count.
3.
See that way? She can count.
Barely. 4. And 5.
Yeah. Transformation is the card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got a camera man. What it's telling me is with your transformation is that you are bringing your whole life has changed 180%, right? And it really has. Would you agree it has?
Oh,
From where you
absolutely.
were?
Mm-hmm.
Were you ever a hard drinker?
Yes.
Okay, so that changed too, right? I'm not saying you probably don't have a cocktail or a glass of wine every once in a while.
I actually don't drink at all anymore.
No, good for you. Now you feel better.
I do.
Look at the money you save.
Yep.
You know, but from where you were, the wayward girl. I'm going to use that as an expression.
Mhm.
So, and your husband had a big asset in helping you change your life,
He did.
and you also helped him change.
Yeah, he's changed a lot too.
But you are in control. Why is it women let us men think we're in control when they're not really? They let us have the oh yeah, you're in control type of thing.
It's a gift.
Is that what it is?
No, we have a really great partnership. So
I do, and that's it. We both like the same thing on TV and all that, And I would encourage everybody to watch Stephen Gardner on YouTube.
really,
He talked about the government or salty cracker, and about the stimulus checks and all that. I love when people say, "Well, they shouldn't send them to us." I said, "Then are you going to send the money back?" Yeah, I'm not sending the money back. Do I think we should have it?
you know what? With the amount of screw ups that they're doing, I'll take it.
Me too, and I'll take it with a smile, won't you?
Yes.
Yeah,
I know it's in my savings account compound and interest right at this minute.
Yeah, I when that the last time that I don't believe in spending the money foolishly.
Oh, it's helping with my education.
Yeah, it's helping me. I actually,
Yeah, I can
believe
take
it or not,
classes
it gave me
and-
more confidence. I actually went out and bought new clothes.
Yeah.
Never have. I've always gone to the thrift shops or the,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like. And then you know what? This time I'm buying something new, and I bought a new TV, an $800
should.
TV for $400.
Good for you.
But the transformation, it is your transformation. It's not over, and it's definitely not over. And I actually see you getting a lot of recognition from a lot of celebrities.
Really.
Yep. There's going to be 2 that are going to check in on your award because they're trying to find the right answers,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to be, wow. So you're going to be meeting them. You're going to meet a lot of new people, which, as I told you before, I do see you going on a TV show. I think I told you that before.
Mm-hmm.
Not only this one, but I actually see you eventually having your own. Do they have a public access down where you live?
They do, and I was going towards that, and then things shifted for me, and then it just with what I do, I'm kind of too busy for that right
I
now.
was gonna say,
But
you're not quite ready for it. You're not quite ready for it yet. No.
I do a lot of like YouTube videos and stuff like that. So
And I got kicked off of YouTube.
did you?
I don't like my political views. Whatever happened to the
They
freedom
don't
of
like
expression?
anybody's views these days.
No. And what's the freedom of speech is being taken away from us.
Yeah.
And that's the sad part. I also will tell you, do you have a bird?
No.
Are you ready to have one?
Birds? No. I have a bunch outside I feed all the
And I
time.
actually see you getting a parrot.
I don't do birds.
I'm telling you, you're going to get a good. And maybe a foster parent, like foster home in it, but temporary, but I do see you getting a parent.
Okay.
Okay.
Definitely be a temporary
And I
thing.
have to see your son bringing home a snake.
My son? No, I don't see my son bringing home a snake.
I tell you.
My niece owns a
Oh, your
snake,
niece,
snake,
yeah.
but
I think snakes are great pets.
oh yeah.
I can't watch him eat them because then I see him eat a mouse and I'm gone. Yeah. If we saw how the animals eat when we actually, it's all called survival. We
It's
eat
just
them.
their culture.
Yeah, And one thing I've also seen I definitely see your husband getting either a bonus or more money in a promotion. He's been with the company a long time.
Long time.
He doesn't like changes.
Not really.
You're
No,
more
he's
into-
kind
you're
of
more-
resistant and
But now you're welcoming the changes. It took you a long time to welcome.
it did. I was somebody who didn't like change at all.
That's like I go to the market basket in Bedford. What a big change that is. It's drastic, what I mean? And I don't like it, but I
Cleaner.
have
Is
to
it
learn.
newly opened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's been there quite a while.
Has
But
it?
I've had to. But I'm so used to a certain routine. I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. By 6, I'm usually at the door doing my morning walk. Come home. I have the coffee pot perking on my way out, and then I get the hot water going. Then I go on the computer for nothing works on the computer anymore. Oh, the only time, there really isn't. Everybody's always hating each other, and that's the sad part.
Yeah, I stay far away from social media these days.
Yeah, goddesses. I call them angels instead of goddesses. Okay, because it's another representation of God or your universal spirit, and you've got to really start listening a little bit more. Stop trying. This is the message. Stop trying to do it all on your own. Let them help you.
Okay.
You get too impatient when you try to do it.
I
Now
do.
you gotta, okay. Now, your mother's still alive? Okay. She's kind of proud of you.
Really?
Yeah. She doesn't understand what you're doing, but do you communicate with her?
A few times a year, yeah.
Yeah,
She's
okay. She doesn't understand. She also feels like you abandoned her,
I can
but
see
she brought that on herself.
that. Exactly.
Okay. You got a grandchild coming in 2 years. I do see him meaning, is he in a relationship right now? And I do see him, you're going to kick him out the door to have that. No, but I actually do see him being a nice young lady and having a relationship. You're going to approve of him,
Good.
okay? Because right now you don't approve of too many things that he does, but he's doing much better.
He is. I think he's hit a turning point.
It's time for a change. And your husband's pretty happy that he's going to be doing that. He's going to like his job.
Good.
Okay. You can't allow him to sleep it away.
I know.
Your mama's got to say, okay, you got to go to work now. Not covering up any for mama. You're a great mom. Okay.
I
But
try.
you don't want your child to grow up.
No.
You like to
Yes.
have it
Well,
home.
yes and no.
But you like him right near you.
Mhm.
Okay. And that's good. That's like my son and I, we talk to each other every day, 2 or 3 times on the phone or we text. Family values are truly important.
Oh, absolutely.
And if you don't have family, and Scott and I, we often talk about stuff like that, and if you don't have it, that's why I get annoyed when I hear people, oh, I hate my mother, I hate my father, I hate my son, why?
You don't. I just like them away from me, because sometimes you need to remove the toxic people from your life
absolutely.
for a while, even
But you
if
don't hate them.
even if it is family. But right, you don't hate them.
And no, you
They're
don't
just
hate
toxic
them.
people.
Like with my dad and I never got to know him, and a lot of it's my own because I didn't really want to. And when I think about it now, and folks, please, if you are looking to your family and your members, I think look at the positive side. Like you said,
What have you learned from them?
And what I've learned is how to, forgive. That's a good one. You're a very forgiving person, but they get approved to you. And you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for you.
Correct.
You really let go of a lot of garbage.
Yes.
You really have. Had you not let go, you would not be alive today. Can I be really honest with you?
I
Had you not
believe
let
that.
go of all that toxic waste, as we call it, and had you not decided to go on your own, remember the Spirit wanted you to go this path to be where you are today, to be able to help others. But that way they can't come and say, you don't know what you're talking about. Because I love it when they say to me, you don't know, you've never been
I've had
there."
a few encounters with that, and it's like, I'm sorry, did you?
I've been there. I've done it. Don't try to tell me I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. There's this one lady from another country. She's come to the office, and now she's going to become a legal citizen. So this is where my work is worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
She's a hard worker. I can't wait for her to come on my show because she does Spanish interpretation, and she gave me a deck of Spanish tarot cards.
Wow.
So I got to mention you got to learn how to speak Spanish. Do you speak Spanish?
I took Spanish in high school and a little bit in college, but I mean, I can understand it more than I can speak it.
Do you speak Spanish?
No, I took, let's say, in like middle school, I took like one semester of French.
Yeah, I took French in that. But that was a going thing. You took Parisian French,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't do too well in that, I refused to bow down.
It's difficult to learn other languages. Like right now, I'm kind of interested in Gaelic, Scottish Gaelic. I mean, just to learn, just for fun, not because
do
I
a
know
lot of
anybody that.
Yeah. And I actually see you going to Scotland.
Do you?
Yeah, I really
Because I
do.
don't fly.
Well, you're going to have to learn how to fly.
Well, I don't fly. I
Well-
can take a boat, right?
Okay. Yeah, you can. Yeah. But you can, drive up to the port or whatever. But I also want you to allow your spirit to go to Scotland. Because you know a lot of that history. A lot of your spiritual guides are from Scotland.
I have been trying to track that side of my family, and I right now I'm just hitting roadblocks.
You're
But
not
yeah.
ready for it yet. Okay. Financially, you've got a more big improvement coming.
Good.
You're going to be a lot more self-supporting. You're pretty independent, even though your husband doesn't mind you not being that self-supporting. He enjoys supporting you.
Does he?
Yeah. Well, that's my woman.
He hasn't complained much, but
I mean, he likes the idea of you making extra money. But he loves your cooking,
oh yes, he does.
and his belly shows it.
I think once he hitches that, he just hit 45, so yeah, he should start building a belly now. So
Stop sabotaging yourself.
okay.
Stop saying you're not good enough.
No, I am good
Okay,
enough.
Good. And that's what I'm saying.
I hit a few roadblocks here and there, but you bounce back.
Aren't you a winner?
I am a winner.
I mean, you're teaching.
My
You-
teaching, I
yeah.
love teaching.
Yes. You brought yourself from a nowhere
Exactly.
to where you are today, and that makes you a winner.
Mm-hmm.
And that because you always set a good example for yourself. It's okay to be selfish.
Yes, it is.
If you're not selfish, it's okay to have an ego.
Mhm.
And it depends
Well-
on how. And it depends on how you use your ego.
Okay.
There was a guy that blows the what is that long horn there? They put up here that cough
The
syrup guy,
tuba?
huh?
Who?
You know that cough drop guy that has that little blown?
Oh, what the hell is that? Not oboes. They're
No.
Yeah, they're.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
And I think you probably know. But anyway, if anybody knows, give us a call.
Mm.
But and he says it's okay. It's how you use the ego.
Mhm.
And I've had a couple of people let me know that my ego was really bigger than I
Right.
really needed to be. Then I hate looking in the mirror sometimes because it tells you where you don't want to hear. And do you look in the mirror and say how beautiful you are?
I do. It's
That-
important. It's very important.
Do you?
Yes, I do, and I always compliment the woman I'm with just to make them feel happy.
I'll just push them down the stairs. That'll make them feel happy.
Yeah.
They might cut you out and pay them. No, I'm only kidding. Folks, I'm only kidding. That's what I have to be careful because people take speech seriously. But, I think people need to hear when it's a man from a girl or a girl from, I think compliments are truly important, If you don't mean it, then don't say it.
Right.
Say it
Don't
with
be
love.
fake.
No. People can see.
Yeah.
People, and the more and more people are getting more, like with this country, I'll tell you right now, that's going to be a big rebellion.
A lot more people are waking up.
The old you has passed over. Oops. There you go. Welcome to North Community Corner.
Good afternoon.
Hey, Mary, how we doing?
Not too bad, and you?
Not too bad. Don't forget, I got you coming on in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I will. Hi, Dr. Jody.
Hi, Mary. How are you?
Not too bad.
Good.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mike. How you doing?
Doing good.
I got a good
Good.
co-host here with Mike. Don't you agree?
Yes.
How's Anthony doing?
All right, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 'cause, you know. But if your friend there wants to come on with you, Mary, I gotta look at the calendar, but I think it's in 2 weeks. This woman, she made a beautiful unicorn in a globe. Oh, it is beautiful. She does beautiful work, doesn't she, Mary?
Oh my gosh, she sure does.
And I'll be a gentleman for it. Just for you, Mary, I'll be a gentleman with her.
Okay, yeah, because remember what I was telling you about
Yeah.
before.
Well, you know how hard it is to be a gentleman? I can't even walk like a man. So. But how you feeling?
Not too bad. Not too bad. The pollen's really acting up with me.
Oh, yeah, it's raising hell with Mike, too. How's my favorite kitty doing?
She, like I said, she just turned 17 this past Sunday. But I don't think there's not too many days she's got left now.
Oh, no.
No.
You're talking about the one that likes a turkey, right? I mean,
No,
a
I'm
chicken.
talking about Muffin Girl.
A
the
muffin
black and
girl.
white one.
Oh. Well, we just pray for her to be healthy and keep you going.
Yeah, it is. She has no coming back now.
No.
You
Okay.
can tell she had a stroke when she looks at you by her mouth now
Yeah.
and everything. And she's bleeding more and more now
Well,
through the eyes.
yeah. And we'll just keep sending her prayers. Probably within a week, you know.
Yeah, she's just hanging on. That's all she's doing right now with me.
Right. Well, Addie's going to be bringing her home.
Yeah.
But how's the other one? She has one cat that when we buy chicken for her, when she comes to take me home from the show, that we'll stop at Market Basket and buy a chicken. That cat will demand a share of that chicken.
Yeah, Crystal baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she smells it. Oh my God, she smells that chicken, and I have to make sure I don't put it down on the table or something where the chair is. And so if I forget, I'd go to her, like one time Mom had called, I went for the phone and forgot about the chicken, and she literally opened it up and started eating.
Now that's the one that wants the show too, right?
Yeah, that's Crystal.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
And you know. So, but anyway, so have you got your shots?
I've had both of them, so I am all clear, got my papers in, I'm all set.
Wow. Now you can go out flying around the country.
Yeah, I can if I want to, but I don't want to.
No, you're more of a homebody now, aren't you?
Yeah, I really am. Yeah.
And I knew her family,
Yeah.
the Robbins family. I knew them for years and years and years ago, you know, and like that too. But anyway, Mary, I'm going to let you go. And Mary, you have a good day, okay? Hey, I'll let you know what I do.
Dr. Jody, you too, Mike.
You too, Mary.
See you guys later.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
She's having a breathing problem. Did you feel that? That's why I want to know. I love her. I've known her for like 50
She's
years
sweetheart,
or more.
mother.
Oh yeah, I've known her for many years. Of course, I'm only 19 now.
Of course.
But nobody ever believes me. I tell them I'm 34, going on 35. Do they believe you either?
You're as young as you feel. Well,
That's-
people never believe I am as old as I am.
No. You know what? You always, if you feel young, you're gonna let you. I feel great. I don't feel I'm 75, almost 76.
I don't feel
How
old
am I
enough to
supposed to-
have a 29-year-old son.
No.
So
My son's like 46. How is one supposed to feel?
exactly.
I'm not going to crawl up on the bed and just die away. That's not even who I am, you know. And like Mike, you said you're what, 26?
Yes, 26.
No, you had fun acting younger?
Yes, I do. Emo people always question me that I'm 26 due to my appearance, because like you're always partially bald at 26. I'm like, yes, but it is what it is. It came through. It came through with the genes, or one haircut probably took off too much.
My brother-in-law, he was like 16 or 17. He fell just right. He went bald at the age of 17.
Yeah.
And his hair never grew back. I love it when these people that have, I call them the horseshoes. Or, you remember the old-fashioned toilets where they had that spit there? Like, I'm not trying to be rude, Mike, but, you know. And I love it when they take their hair and they try to put it over, and I think it's more obvious.
Yeah.
but-
My boyfriend is going that way, but he's got longer hair. And I'm not ready for him to let it go yet, so he keeps it for me.
Well, I'm getting there. I'm getting there, but as long as my hair has always been my pride and joy. Always. And I used to wear the DA in the back, you know, that I wore down the hair, and now I dyed it so many times, I don't know what. Now this is the natural color. After like 40 years of dyeing it, every time I turn it around, give me 2 more.
2 more. Oh no.
During the full moon is when you become
Dose.
activated. You become really into things when it's a full moon, because that's when your energy is rising to make it more powerful for you to have a better understanding and clarity of within yourself. Okay, you have a pond near you, or a swamp or something.
I have a lake, actually, in both places.
Okay, because I see you get a lot of energy from the waters. Okay, and actually, I can actually see your spirit floating in a canoe on a lake.
Yeah.
You like the lake?
When we go to Maine, I have a kayak. I go out every morning.
You're not afraid to do a man's job, are you? If someone tells you you can't do it, you're going to prove them wrong. And I'm sure your husband had told you that a few times.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm always telling them, well, if you teach me how to do it, I'll do it myself.
Yeah. Not me. I ain't going to get dirty. I called a guy. I was in Cork and I had a flat tire. I wrote my former roommate up, made him come up and change the tire. I had everything there, but I wasn't going to get dirty.
I used to do all my automotive repairs and stuff like that. I just got to be careful now because, working with what I do, I don't want to go in there looking like a grease monkey.
It's so complex, and everything in the motor. The house that you have, I don't see you selling it.
No?
Not for right away. The one in Drake.
Yeah.
I don't see you selling it right away. Okay, I'd like it maybe another 3 to 5 years. Okay, because you made it pretty much at home.
Yes, recently it has become more of a home.
Yeah, well, you're renovating, you're redoing it over. You're getting rid of all the old negative energy. Okay, it's amazing how just a little bit of changing around here and there can change the whole energy in that. Okay. And I do see that working. And one thing I'm also looking at, too, you're bringing a lot more positive. Your husband has really calmed down a lot. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but he can be a pretty impatient person. But he's also so smart that he has a hard time with reality.
Yeah.
Okay. Your husband, your son, when your son gets pushing gears in there, you're going to be amazed at how he's going to grow. Okay. And you're going to be liking him. Make sure that you encourage him. Okay. And he's going to be a tightwad with his money.
I can see that, but see, I am too, so.
Why not? You got to be today.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why he doesn't want a relationship, because you don't want to spend the money. But I will tell you, by the time he's 31, 32, you're going to be a grandmother.
By the time I'm 31, 32?
No, by the time he is. Well, you're only 28, right?
That's right.
Yeah, And folks, if you got a question you want to ask either Jodie and I or Mike, we're more than happy to answer them. What's the number? I don't know what the hell the number is. 640-3091. Mike is going to be he doesn't know this yet. I think I did ask him, Mike, if you'd like to come on once a month. Mike is going to be like a guest. He's a great co-host, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
And I love his energy.
He has great energy.
Yeah. And some of the women are going to come in and start chasing around the TV studio. Would you like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
You'll have a nice little crowd downstairs waiting for you.
Yes.
Now they'll be signing autographs. And, well, remember, he is a small-time celebrity.
Yes, yes, I am a
And,
fun-loving local celebrity.
Yeah, And I think being, and the way he's honest. Okay. And I just enjoy having him come on the show.
And I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah. And that's the fun part of it. We do well together, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, one of the things I'm also looking at with you as well, Jodie, you are going to have your own talk show.
You think so?
Yeah, it's going to take a couple more years. If you want to. I mean, I'll have to be if you. When I first started it way back in the 2000s, when I first started it, oh no, I went and I did all the paperwork. Then my roommate, who's up there now, says, "Oh yes, you are. You're going to do it." I go, "No." I said, "You show me a sign, and I'm going to go on TV."
You see, I like this.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like.
Yeah. And he went on, so we put it on Channel 23 back then, and we were in the old studio. And there was this guy, his name was Buddy Stewart. He would have the B-Time Wrestling on the local channel. And he announced that I was going to be coming on TV. The local psychic, Norm Moody, couldn't be doing it. I said, oh, God, I can't let him be embarrassed. So I went on. And I love it. And believe it or not, because I used to hide behind the refrigerator. I would not talk to a lot of people unless I was drinking.
I can't really see that, you being that guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, this TV station has brought me out of it. Oh, yeah. Now I'm very opinionated. My mother told me when I first said my word when I was 4 years old, my foster mother, that when you start talking, you'll never shut up. And I haven't yet. And I don't want to know. You know, and when I see people who, my heart goes out to the people who have had strokes and they can't talk or whatever. Or like when I was at the cancer doctor's office and they had this, had blood being drawn, and I'm looking at this one guy and I said, wow. See, I won't do the radiation and I won't do the chemo because that ruins the immune system.
Oh, God, yeah.
You know, and I'm not gonna put my children through that for myself.
If you look at the side effects of chemotherapy, it tells you right there on the bag that it's a cancer-causing agent.
Yep. You know, even though you get it, but it's going to add more.
Why
to
would you put something in your body to get rid of something when the side effects is for you to get it?
You know, and that's it. What do you think, Mike?
It's your personal choice on how you want to do your treatment and whatnot. Just
Your body, your choice. Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. Make it your choice. Don't let anybody, I don't care if your mother, grandfather, uncle, grandmother, the U.S. government,
Don't be
tell
afraid of the word cancer. All cancer is a cluster of abnormal cells. You can get rid of cancer naturally just as much as you can get rid of it any other way.
I've changed a lot of my diet.
It's not this scary, deadly thing that people make it out to be.
I'm looking, what is it called? BL, BRCA cancer or something like that. Starts with a B.
Oh, the BRCA.
Yeah.
The BRCA gene.
Yeah, and it's all been I guess my two brothers died from it. My nieces, my nephews have all, I guess it's hereditary. And so I'm getting to see if it's going to be hereditary. I really didn't want to know, but I did it to make the doctor, and my son, I think, probably would like to know as well. But I personally didn't want to know. I didn't even want to know I had cancer. That word scared me.
Never own it.
Oh, no,
You
I
didn't
don't
have
know.
cancer.
Yes, I said I had.
No.
Oh, no, I won't.
Never had it.
Never. No, okay. But I know the one thing is I'm well, I walk. Everybody said don't walk too much, but I don't lift because of the surgery too often. But I do a lot more walking. You like to walk, Mike?
Yes, it's basically my main mode of transportation around the city, unless I'm getting away to. But it's nice to walk. It keeps me healthy and whatnot, and that all that matters, and it's enjoying this beautiful city.
Yeah, I love Manchester. I really do. Do I like what the politicians are doing? No. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're Democrat. Do I like how you run this country, this city? No, not at all. Do I want to have people become more vocal about it? Get all these people who have been in office for 20, 30 years. It's time to get rid of them. And if you don't get rid of them, then don't complain. That's the way I feel about it, But I love Manchester. I also like being outspoken when I want to be. That's what I like about the TV station so far. I've been kicked off of Facebook, I've been kicked off of YouTube, because we cannot, I don't care who you are, do not let the politics or the power that may be, so-called power that may be, like the owners of Facebook and all that, don't let them control your freedom of speech.
Right.
I'm never going to change it. And
Don't let them
I got
control
back
you,
into wearing
period, not
oh my
just-
God, I got back into wearing my ties again because now I'm not embarrassed. So I love who I am, as you know. I saw that scar.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's a scar of victory. It really is. And, and the one thing with Mike is a real big encouragement to both of us here today. And it's really a pleasure to have him here.
That's good.
And I appreciate you having me on.
Well, you're going to be on more and more.
Yes.
Because I love his energy, don't you?
Yes.
If that's one thing about my TV show, and I can go and oh God, I'm gonna go, I don't feel good or whatever, but then I become an actor. Can I say actor? Because I think,
You
but
know,
it's
you can call yourself
politically
anything
correct.
that you would like.
Yes, exactly.
But then I become an actor. But I just love it. And when people call me for readings, when they call me for teaching lectures, I'm in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And really, if there's a heaven.
Yeah. Yeah.
But your heaven is your own creation.
And there's always somebody out there who can make your day.
Yep. You know. And I don't expect everybody, and I'm sure you're the same way, I don't expect everybody to agree with me.
No, I have my opinion. I have a right to my opinion. You have a right to your opinion, and you have a right to your opinion. We're all
Exactly.
individual. We all have our own minds. That doesn't mean we can't be friendly.
Yeah. When I went to the Golden Corral, I had a plate here, went and got a plate, and I got another plate here, and I got another plate here, and another plate here. Because I don't like everything all
You don't like things touching?
No. One of the ladies, I think her name is Jackie, who's been watching my show, she sent me a tray, an orange-colored tray with all the separate compartments in the tray. So, I have it. But no, I don't like my food. Do you?
Well, the only way to get, well, like I said, I love to cook. So, in order to get, the full flavor of what you put together, so you know that everything, is cohesive, I tend to eat one thing at a time,
Yeah.
but I don't mind if they're touching.
Yeah. Do you like your food touching?
That's a tough. Do I like it to? If it's a composed dish, no, because it's supposed to. Every dish has its different elements.
Yeah. I think a lot had to do when I was a child, because my mom, that's how I was taught how to eat, because I didn't know how to do all that stuff, and the potato here, and but if I forget to ask for it on separate plates, then I'll sit there.
You do know it all goes to the same place, right?
I know that. But I'll sit there and I'll push it here, I'll push it there. And one lady came over and she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, it's my fault." She went very nicely, went and got me another plate, And most restaurants respect that. You're going to get some that don't, but most of them do. One lady called me and said she didn't have me on paper plates. I said, "That's okay, as long as my food's not touching." I know it's psychological, and there are times when I forget, I don't ask, so I have to, so. And sometimes I need to have that lesson. Scott will put everything on separate plates for me. So then again, I'm spoiled, and but I think we spoil each other, like you and your husband do. And that's what, and my son and daughter, they spoil each other, and my daughter-in-law. And I'll tell you, if daughters were like my daughter-in-law, I have the most awesome daughter. She's the one that yells at me if I don't do what I'm supposed to be doing, and she won't. She tells the doctor everything I do, so I can't do anything wrong.
Well, if you're not gonna.
No. Oh, she will, believe me. Yeah. But I have so much respect for her. And my son-in-law, my son, my son and I went through hell and back to be where we are today. We lived in a one-room cockroach haven, but we never lost sight of each other. Isn't that what family unity is?
Sure.
Like you and your son? I'm sure you wasn't always easy to bring your son up.
Not always. I did bring him up as a single mother, but but he was an easy kid. He never really gave me.
But you can say a job well done.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Yeah. And that's like my son. It wasn't always easy with him, and I wasn't always there because of alcohol. And I'm not making excuses, because but we have gotten close. The biggest step we made was by moving here into Manchester. Had we lived in Cody, I honestly don't think I'd be alive today. But there's a reason why the Spirit has you move out of these.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yep, and don't question it. Mike, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, shuffle them right up good for me. This is Mike, how do you pronounce your name, Martineau?
Martineau, yeah.
Oh, I got it right.
Yes.
Wow. Lori would have been proud of me. That's right, you came on my show when Lori was a co-host.
Yeah, I was with, I worked with Lori at the Holistic Self-Care Center.
That's right.
I worked with Lori at the Holistic Self-Care Center in Nashville when it was open.
That's right, yeah. And the one that owned it, her husband had
ALS.
yeah. Now she's moved to Africa, right?
St. Martin.
St. Martin, yeah. Good for her. Because her husband would not have wanted her to hold herself back. People, it's okay to mourn, and I'm not telling you not to, but don't make a life of it. Let go, because I'm a firm believer in.
Again, they're still with you.
Yeah, and they're not going to go away.
No.
The only thing is you want them to move to a higher level.
Right.
So let it go and let them live.
They're on a new journey.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're going to meet them again.
Exactly.
Yeah. Unless you were a jerk. Then, I had a lady come in. You'll like this one, Mike. Do you remember when the Elks used to be on Terrytown Road? The Elks Club?
Elks Club on Terrytown.
Just off and go past Goldenrod and down on that. There used to be an Elks Club there. And so I was doing my first live psychic event show there, one of them. And this lady comes in, she says to me, I want you to tell me about my father. I said, you really don't. She said, yes, I do. I said, but you really don't. I said, okay. She wants to know what happened to the $250,000
Oh, geez.
that you were supposed to divide among you and your two brothers. She slammed out the door. Spirits don't lie.
No.
Spirits are very honest.
Mm-hmm.
I've had them, but
No. It's different on the other side.
yeah. They live like we do.
Hmm.
They have a beer. They'll show me an image of them having a beer, so that I can tell who they are. By the way, your grandfather on your mother's side is very proud of you.
On my mother's side?
Yep.
Never.
You don't have to know them. People have that misconception that you have to know them. No, you don't.
Well, you
They
know them,
don't,
but you know them energetically. You don't know them.
Yeah. Want to take out 7 cards there, Mike?
Yep. 1, 2.
Mike's going to have 5 wives and 14 kids.
Is he becoming Mormon?
Yeah.
5,
Well, when is that from the other countries there?
6, 7.
Mike, just to let you know, your education is not done. Even though you're going to be getting your degrees, and I think that's remarkable, but you're going to prove, I hopefully you're proving to yourself that you can do this. Your dad is very proud of you to begin with, and your stepmother is very proud of you. Now you have half brother and sisters, or step brother and sisters?
I have a stepsister. Yeah, stepsister.
But they're all very proud of you. Okay, I want you to know that. Because one thing about you is you don't stay home and say, oh, I can't do that. I don't know how to do. You have the energy. You're a good example for a lot. Like today, he's a good example for you and I, what positive energy really can do and what it does. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
You are a role model. I want you to always repeat after me, I am a role model.
I am a role model.
I am Michael, and I am a role model.
I am Michael, and I am a role model.
The kids love you, don't they?
Yes, they do.
And they trust you.
Yes, they do.
Because they know you're not going to such abuse them or harm them in any way. So that's why you're a good, and you have a lot of patience with them. Okay. I have a lot of admiration for you. And I am one, I think, Jodie, if we don't, we're not bashful about saying it. We're not, So you keep on the good work that you're doing, and we're going to be very awesome. Sometimes, though, Mike, you can be very vulnerable. In other words, people can take advantage of you, but you're getting better at not allowing them to. Because sometimes you get pretty lonely in life, But you have some good friends, right?
Yes, I
You have
do.
some good quality friends.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And the people where you work, they like you.
Yes, I do.
Now, you do prep work?
Yeah.
Dishwashing, prep, whatever they need, right?
Yes.
I wouldn't do that. I'm going to get my dishwashy hands, But they do. The people that, in fact, I'll probably enjoy one day for breakfast. You work every morning?
Usually it's 5. Usually 5 out of the 7 days. Usually.
But you enjoy. Time goes by fast for you, doesn't it?
Yeah. Some days can.
Yeah.
Some days don't. But it is what it is.
Yeah. See, I like that. Yeah. And the only thing I never liked about it, you might have a waiter take your order, and then you got another one come and bring your order to you, and who do you tip?
Right.
Your life, you've always been generally concerned about your life. You don't allow discord. In other words, you evaluate everything that you're doing. You want to make sure that. Wait, let me let you on one. You don't have to be perfect.
And I'll admit right now, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's
Everybody has their flaws.
Mm-hmm. Don't try to be perfect. Just be you.
Yes,
And,
exactly.
I actually see you meeting a lady friend that you're going to be very much. I know you would in a relationship right now.
No,
Kind of not sure.
it's
I see you with a lady that's about 5 years older than you are.
okay because I am seeing somebody that's 5 years older than me right now.
There you go. One step at a time. Okay?
Yes.
And you're going to respect her, and she's going to respect you. Okay.
We are already doing that for sure.
And I asked you, you don't want your driver's license, do you?
I do want it eventually. It's just
Yeah, but right now you're not ready.
yeah,
By
not
the time you're 31, you'll have it,
okay.
and you'll be a good driver. And you might be a slow driver, but you'll be a good driver.
Cautious.
Yeah.
You know. And I also will tell you, I don't see you moving out of your house for another 5 years at least. Your house is your comfort zone.
Yes, it is.
And your dad would worry if you move out on your own. You know
Yes.
that, right?
Yes.
Okay. He's really proud of you. Your whole family. Now, do you ever hear from your mom?
I occasionally talk to her, occasionally see her.
That's good. At least you have that friendship there. That's important.
Yes.
And she's really very proud of you as well. Okay. They don't always show it. They don't always have the, but that's okay because you know what you're doing is right for you. See, I don't believe in the handicap and all that. Do you? Body heal thyself.
Absolutely.
Time to soar. In other words, look at that. You're going to Pennsylvania next week?
Yes.
Okay. Who would ever thought 3 years ago, or even 5 years ago, that you would be having this journey? Did you ever think you were going to do that?
I knew once I started working with the national organization. I say that was 2015, but I started volunteering work with them when my teams were at national championships. But this time I'm going alone, so it'll be interesting traveling alone.
Oh, you'll have fun.
Yes,
You're going to meet a lot of new people. You know how to be acquainted with people. Okay. Just don't make sure you carry your wallet in your front pocket, not in your hip pocket.
Yeah.
Because you don't want somebody picking your pocket. Especially at the airports. They're very good at that. But you're going to have a great time. You're going to meet a lot. I actually look at you meeting a couple of people that you're going to become friends with over Facebook or over that. So it's going to be very, very. You'll need to come back on the show and tell us how it went.
Yeah, I'll be documenting my trip on Facebook via Facebook Live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So find Michael Martineau. My profile picture is my photograph from our Inside website.
Yeah.
So if you find that photo, you found me, friend request me and I'll add you back.
Yeah.
Not right away. I always ask questions. Just make sure.
Yeah. Well, you and I are friends on Facebook anyway.
Yes, we are.
And one of the things that I do, I just see meeting a lot of new people. How long are you going to be gone?
I'm going to be gone a week.
Oh, good for
Yeah,
you.
I leave early Saturday morning and come back early Saturday morning.
Boy, you're going to be tired. But it'll be a good tired.
Yeah, yes.
But rewarding. Don't you agree? It really will. You're going to really, you might meet a couple of hoochie girlfriends out there, I won't give it a hoochie, but I actually see you meet a lot of good friends there, okay? And they're going to ask you for a lot of your opinions. Don't be afraid to give them to them, okay? Because you don't know how to be nothing but honest. That's the one thing that you and your higher power will lead you into all that too. We're not going to hope anymore. We're going to know that you're going to Pennsylvania. You know you have a great job. You should save your money when you have to, don't you?
Yeah, yes. I every paycheck put 75 right into my savings account.
Maybe we should go hang around with him. Well, he knows he'll be a rich man there. I actually will tell. One thing I will tell you, Mike, is that I do see you by the time you're 40, you'll have your own house. Okay, and you will do well with it. Don't let anybody tell you can't do it, because I have told you before you'll never go to college. And what did you do? You went to college. They told you couldn't graduate. What are you doing? You got what? 2 classes more?
2 classes more to get my degree.
See, and that's awesome, And you're not. And the one thing about it, you don't quit. You keep going and going, no matter how long it takes you. You keep going, stop sabotaging. In other words, start believing a little bit more that you can do it. You're proving to yourself. You don't need to prove to the other people. You're proving to yourself that you can accomplish any goal that you want. You and I are shorthand. Oh, nobody will say you can. They wait for us to fall, and they really will. And that's a sad. Oh, we knew he couldn't do it. That's like when I got sober. They waited for me to fall down again. Cause, I earned that. Because I would go in and out now. And that's like cigarette smoking. But you earn. And like what I do, you earn the right to be successful. You earn that right. Okay. And the success for you would just be giving. You have inner strength. You have a lot of inner strength within yourself. You're powerful. You're strong with all that. And once you are determined and you make up your mind to what you want to do, then you go for it. And you're good, especially if they tell you you can't do it. Your dad's always encouraging you, right?
Yes, he is.
And your stepmom. I don't like the word mom. I'm going to call you mom because I don't like the word step. Do you? And your mom. They both encourage you, and your sister or whomever. You have a lot of support, and the people that where you work, they love you there, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Because you've earned that respect. Okay. And you overlook a lot of things. You pick up a lot of slack when other people get lazy, and that's what your owners appreciate. Okay. They've been pretty busy there.
Yes. Yes, we have outdoor seating on most nice days, so be able to utilize that on the nice days and just keep grinding.
Yeah, that's all you're gonna do. Financially, I don't see major problems for you because, like I said, when you're working like that, you know how to put so much money in the bank, and the money you do earn, you spend wisely. Well, most of the time, we'll put it that way.
Yes,
okay.
yes. What's going on?
We all got a splurge, right?
Yes.
But those chocolate cake shit in your way. Be careful of that, because I don't want to see you having a sugar problem. Be careful to eat more healthy, more organic, and read that book that we gave you.
Yes.
And just understand that the old Michael has gone away, and there's a whole new beginning. It's a whole new beginning. Like you're going away. Are you a little bit nervous about it?
No, not really. I've booked all my travel, hotels booked. I know what my job is out there. Only need to do a little bit of training on how to do it. Yeah. But they'll give me time to do that, and
you're gonna have a good time. You may not want to come back home, but you have to. Right?
I always want to come back home. I've been to Du Bois twice before.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Yeah, it's a nice little town. Probably the fourth the size of Manchester. But when I've gone there the past 2 times, I just think of it as a mini Manchester, to be honest.
Yeah.
Du Bois is a great town. It's right on I-80, excellent facilities, excellent restaurants. So it's gonna be a good trip, and I'm looking forward to coming back afterwards.
Yeah. That like when I go out, like if I go to New York for doing an event, or if I go to a private party, I can't wait to get back home. How about you?
It depends on where I am.
Yeah. Like if I go to a private house, once that party's over, I'm ready to come home. I think it would be the same way. And when you get on your vacation, once it's over, you're ready to come back home. But you like Maine. I do see you moving up there, but not right away.
Yeah, it's going to be a while yet.
Yeah, And your nephew, Brian, he gets himself in trouble. I'm surprised he hasn't been kicked off on YouTube sometimes.
Well, yeah, me too. But where he lives, the town's so small that...
Do they have running water there?
They do, yeah.
But he's happy up in there.
Well, that's his domain, he's...
Yeah, he's daddy's little boy.
Not really.
Whose little boy is he then?
He's his mom's son.
Oh, mommy's boy?
Yeah.
And then mommy puts up with her.
Tolerates her.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. I actually, he needs somebody. Okay, and I actually, is she older than him?
Much.
Can I actually look at him as a motherly image?
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So one thing I'm also good. So how was that, Mike? That reading okay?
Yeah,
Good.
that green was great.
Yeah. Don't be afraid. You know, this is not the only trick you're going to be doing. I see you in the next 2 years, 3, you're going to 2 other trips. I actually see you going to Arizona.
Okay.
And it'll be good. Everybody's like, for the sports team, I'm going to smile on that one. Huh? You know, and I actually see you going to Arizona for some kind of a convention, and you're going to, all expenses going to be paid. So it won't cost you any money. That's better that way, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Then you can buy the old one. But one thing about now, you're still learning and you're still growing, and you know when I learn something new every day.
Every day.
I don't want to. And when you stop learning, then you have learned nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I call it this well, like a spiritual well.
Mm-hmm.
You have a bottom here, an endless bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have a top up here. You still go, and there are stairs. You know, like a spent well and a castle. And I see water that flows down on the stairs. Then I see a great big long, like a Tarzan vine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then when you start growing, don't be afraid to grab that vine and pull yourself up, because you are going to slip back.
And you're not supposed to learn everything at once. It depends on where your frequencies are. You're supposed to learn what you learn when the time is right.
Right.
And that's what I have learned through my journey. Because I've dealt, like, I can do kinesiology and I can do iridology, and I splurged a little bit when I was in school, and yes, I read upon it, but it wasn't until recently where I took classes, because now I'm comfortable with what I've already learned, that now it's time for me to learn this, you know, and that's how I've...
Right. Yeah. And that's it, because I was very impatient. When I knew it all, I was going to learn. And then I realized, you know what, I learned nothing. A very dear friend of mine, I don't know if you know her name is Wendy Stevens, she's in Colorado now, and she said to me, Norm, you're talking to me about all these other readers. What do you say about me? And I'm like, whoa. Because I always thought, I have a TV show, but then John Edwards, you know. Ego can be good, but it could also be a hindrance to
You got to watch your ego, because
Yeah,
don't let your ego run your life.
I will always tell people I'm no better than anybody else,
Nope.
and I'm not any worse than anybody else. We're on the level, like with you. You may not be the gold medal awards and all that, but you are where you're supposed to be.
Yeah. I don't need all that for recognition. I'm confident in what I know and what I can do and how I can help people.
Yeah,
So
and that's it, you know. When you look for recognition, like that medium, what's her Brooklyn medium, have you ever watched her? Oh, God. I don't believe that they have a right to spontaneously go and say, I do a reading, you know, I'm going to do a reading and have all my lights on. It has to be, first of all, Patty pinged me, I don't know if you've ever heard of her, she's a very good friend, and she said to me, you didn't ask my permission to do a reading on me. I felt so embarrassed, you know, and she was right. You need to ask their permission to do the reading. That's like, you know, and like with you, if someone said, like when I asked you for help, and you gave me a suggestion, because I reached out to you.
right.
You
Yeah, I don't spew it off anymore. You know,
No.
if you ask me and you want to know, then I'll give you the answer. But
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't place
Scott?
my opinion or my
No.
knowledge on people unless
No.
they ask for it.
And we have that right.
Right. Exactly.
If they want your opinion, all well and good. You know, that's one thing. But if they don't, then don't. I love going to the supermarket, and I'll say, you know, hi, how are you? Then I'll start saying, with your permission, and that a lot of them will be very grateful. But you can tell who wants you to read them and who don't. You know. And I was at the Golden Corral again, and there was this young lady there, and she had 3 children. I had to go and tell her how beautiful and well-behaved her children were. I wasn't going to, but you know what? That made her day. I mean, a lot of kids, they run all around, they jump on the table, they jump on the floor. Her children were so wealthy, and they went, here, Mommy, have ice cream, or here, Mommy, I'll get this. I was just so blessed with it. You know, because I find that, because like if you have you're a restaurant, if a child jumps off the table, You know, your restaurant can be sued for that. Yeah. And yet the parents are supposed to have them under control.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of that going on these days.
I went to one restaurant when I felt bad for the waitress. She was trying to get the girls. Oh, she's texting right now. She'll get right back to you. And she went back for it. Finally, I said, I'd had enough. I took the phone out of the girl's hand. I said, now you'll give her your order. I was on my way out the door, so I couldn't get it. And the mother, make your child give the order.
Teach them respect.
Yeah. People, and the thing
Common courtesy.
Yeah.
Respect.
Unfortunately, like in Massachusetts, you can't smack your child. It's a felony.
Oh, you can't even look at your kid wrong. You can't even give them cross-eyed.
No.
In
No.
Massachusetts.
And it's happening here.
Yeah.
See, the government and teachers and look at and want to control you and tell you how to bring up your children. Nobody told me how to bring up my son.
A majority of the states don't even have control. The parents don't even have control over
No,
the kids. The
no.
government does.
Want
The
to tell
states
people
do.
who you are?
I'm Dr. Jodie MacDonald. I'm a holistic practitioner from Nature's Way Holistic Health out of Dracut. You can reach me at 978-476-1184. I'm also available on Facebook. My address is 1350 Lakeview Ave in Dracut, and you can find me on my website, natureswayholistichealth.com. So if you're interested in any of the classes or anything that I've spoke about today, you can reach me at those places.
Yeah. And who are you?
I am Michael, Texas Mike Martineau. Find me over in local celebrity right here in Manchester. Come say hi to me at Frank Horse Cafe, 182 I almost gave my home address. Jeez. 488 South Main Street, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. daily, 7 days a week. Find me on Facebook. I'm a local celebrity. I go on 95.3 WMNH very frequently on all their shows. So it's and yeah, I'm find my local celebrity.
And you have fun in life.
Yes, I do.
Yes, and he's going on I'm kind of jealous he's going on a trip.
Me?
Did he invite you?
Did he invite me?
Yeah.
No,
I didn't get invited either.
no. It sounds like a good trip. Sounds
Yeah, I'm excited for him.
Yeah.
I'm always excited when I see people doing that well.
Yeah.
I really am. And now, are you paying your own way, or are they paying it for you?
I only had to pay for my travel, which wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Both ways was $215, and once say hotels paid for by the national organization, and then I just had to pay for a couple meals here and there. Other than that,
That's good, and you're gonna learn a lot, and you're gonna meet a lot of new. I think the fun part is going to an unknown place and meeting a lot of new people.
Yes.
Like if I go to New York to do a second event, I love doing on stage. When the first time it's nerve-wracking, like and you get all these people that are looking at you, and they're, oh, I hope I don't fail, I hope I don't do it. All of a sudden, but once you start in, then you get into your zone, like he will be doing. And once you get into your zone, then you can really go for it.
Yeah.
And I love when people, I'll say, how long you been doing a reading? Oh, 8 months, but I know it all. Another lady was teaching after 8 months of learning how to do card readings. I said, wow, you know what? It took me a lot of years, And I really don't need cards. I do it
They're just tools.
Yeah, But I think the tools are important. People need to really see what is going on. I want you to be aware of your drive back home,
Okay.
especially on there's people that when you get into it, you go on that 93 or do you go the back way?
Route 3.
Route 3, so you go to, okay.
Yeah.
But be aware of somebody trying to crowd you. Okay. You're a typical man, they're not going to crowd you. But you also know the Spirit is with you. Your grandfather sits on your on your passenger side, okay, from your father's side.
I always feel somebody when I'm in the car with.
And then again, your descendants do not understand what you're doing, but they appreciate what you're doing. You actually have one. You're an old soul. We already know that. You've always been a teacher of mankind on helping people to improve their life, on how people could move forward in their life. But you've always done this, so this is why you had to come back here, because your journey wasn't over, okay? And because of what you do, you were actually burned at the stake in your young life. And you had to come here and say, you know what, this is okay. Because the natural healing, you will put a lot of the doctors, so-called and they are jealous of you today. If the doctors today had their way, you would not be practicing.
I know. I'm aware of that.
That's like they want you to get a license for Reiki energy now, and they want you to get a license for massages. It's all about money.
It really is. I mean, I'm licensed and I'm insured, but not through the state. I'm licensed and insured through an organization.
Yeah.
But
it's all about money. Like I went and I did a friend of mine, and he was crying, and I did Reiki energy on him because I had his permission. And the Catholic hospital will not let you do it.
Really?
That's a work of the devil. What is the devil? You know, I don't believe in the devil.
No, the devil, it's again, everything's frequency, whether it's a good frequency or a bad frequency. If you're way up here, then you're with your spirits, you're with your angels. You're way down here, then it's going to be a dark.
When I had my surgery done, this lady, she's from Mexico, the day before, she gave me the energy here. Oh, you could feel the heat. You could feel the energy, negative energy drawing out. You have to learn how to do it. You know? And like with Mike, he has a lot of energy. Well, when you sit down, you can sit down, huh?
Yes.
You fall asleep watching TV sometimes.
Occasionally I'm doing something like that. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah. I know wrestling's fake, but I'm still a big sport of wrestling. The only thing I don't like is when I see the way the women are dressing. That's not wrestling. And then they had a show where this young boy, couldn't have been more than 12 or 13, on there too, as one of the spectators or whatever, part of the wrestling.
Yeah. And
that's fine, but that's what wrestling's about. Wrestling's about, it's all acrobatic now. All showtime.
I'm old school, wrestling in the 80s.
Yeah, I love the old wrestling.
Yeah.
Back in the 60s. And so I'm talking before your time,
Yeah.
wrestling. When it was, my mother used to, I had to move from the couch, and she said, and she would literally be watching wrestling, and she'd be pulling my hair and punch. Look what he's doing! Look what he's doing to him! So do you watch wrestling?
Occasionally, I still do. Don't really have a favorite company right now. All of them are trying to do their best through the pandemic right now, and it's just it's sports and entertainment.
That's all it is. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't watch baseball. I don't watch hockey. I don't watch all them sports on TV. I'm not going to say why, because we're on the air, and I don't want to create a problem. But any organization that's supported they support it, I have a problem with that, because I think equality is important. I'm not any better than you are, nor are you any better than I am.
It was invented for entertainment, not
Yes,
for anything
exactly.
else.
And I know baseball's lost millions and billions of dollars. All the sports have lost a lot of money since this pandemic and the support of other things. You know. And I've always felt that the sports get way overpaid. Oh, yeah. But isn't it that people's fault for buying the tickets?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. And if you look at the us as spectators, when I can remember sitting in the green seats for $10, got a wicked sunburn out of it, but that was at the race. Now it's like $100 just for a green seat,
Yeah.
And the beer, everything is so expensive. Who
I
can afford
used to get upset because, working in the medical field, I worked in the medical field before I did this. And, you work in the medical field and you're pretty much risking your life every day. And these people make millions of dollars in a season. And it's like, we're out here risking our lives and we make peanuts.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, because I was in the medical field for a long minute.
But, yeah.
And what is it? And then I mean, look at, what's his name? Hernandez, the one who went to jail for murder.
Aaron Hernandez, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he had a career. He had a career. And another guy, and these rappers, they get shot or they shoot each other, And I think that a lot of it has to do because karma is back at them.
Yeah. It's also the world we live in today. I mean, we have to remember we chose to be born during this time, so There's
we
something
sure
that
did.
we came here to either do or to learn from. So,
We chose our parents.
yes. Sometimes you wonder why you chose those
Oh, yeah,
parents, but
me too.
yes.
When I came up, but yet I tried to visualize what it would be like had my parent, and I didn't like what I saw. Have you ever seen what you would had you had a relationship when your family a little bit better than it was, what your life would have been like?
I have done that on a few occasions because, when I was younger, I lived with a foster family and things like that. So every once in a while, I wonder where my life would have been if I had, stayed with them. And
I was lucky. I was very, and I had very good foster homes. So I was very, very lucky. And when I hear all these sad stories, and there are a lot of foster homes out there just for the money. They're not in there for the,
yeah,
and that's the sad part.
I had great foster parents, so. Yeah.
And it's up to us. And something tells me that Michael appreciates his dad and your mom too, right?
Yes.
And the family around you. When you look around, you say, "My God, what have I got?" So many single parents.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing I have noticed is more men are becoming more active with their children.
Yes, that is the one good thing that this pandemic brought out. Yeah, there's a lot more fathers out there spending a lot more time with their
Even
kids.
the last 2 or 3 years, I've seen more and more, and more father taking initiative to drive to support them. I cry though when I see the kids going to school wearing masks.
It's
To me,
disheartening.
they're so communist.
Yeah.
They're taking the fun out of going to school.
Yeah.
I understand the school is open now in New Hampshire.
So for my class this semester, basically the school was in a hybrid state. So some classes that needed to be taught in class on campus or like we have health fields and whatnot, so they still have their clinicals and whatnot. My class could have been done both ways. It could have been you could do it from online, or you can do it in class. I did it in class. I followed the guidelines. We're in this biggest auditorium, and they had seats blocked off and whatnot. Still had to wear them. I wasn't complaining, but it's just trying to, and we were doing contact tracing and all that, and just making sure school wouldn't get shut down. Like I had to go in quarantine for 4 weeks because my stepmom had it, and then so got tested, and then so my dad, myself, and my sister got tested, and he tested positive, and it's like it's within the household, so like it's like right now like my wife's stopped, but I had to do it because I didn't want to bring I never had it.
My son had it, and we almost lost him. And my daughter-in-law had it, and my granddaughter. Then my granddaughter went to have the shots, and I thought we've got to rush her back into the hospital.
Well, the thing with that whole thing is, regardless of what they tell you, I've been researching bacterium viruses long before this one came about. If you've had that strain of a virus, you are not going to get that strain of the virus again.
No.
You are immune to it.
It's just a moneymaker. And I really believe this, so be prepared that there's another around November or January, there's another new virus.
There's always going to be new
We've
things.
had them for
It's
since
been
we were born.
eons, centuries.
Right, you had the Asian flu, you had Ebola, you had AIDS, you have all these other things. See, and they want, and you know, I find interesting is they want you to give blood.
The other thing you want to find interesting about that, and you can do research, it's gonna take, and nowadays it's gonna take a little bit of research to research it. Those are all man-made.
Yeah. I first of all, number one, I can't give blood because I have cancer. Number two, I'm diabetic. Number three, and plus, believe it or not, because I'm gay, I cannot give. And when I was in perfect health, and we'll say he needed my blood, I cannot give it to him because I'm gay. They can check it out, folks. Check it out at Red Cross guidelines, and they're going to tell you. And that's sad. I did one time years ago. I went and I donated blood. Then I went to a payphone and I told them I gave blood and I was gay.
You are so bad.
Yes, I am. But you know, they talk about discrimination. Isn't that being discriminated? Love each other. And you know what? I don't care. I would never, if my son into my blood, I wouldn't tell him. I'll try to, I don't know how a straight person acts, but I'll try anyway, you know. Try to walk like, but I would never tell him, you know, or my granddaughter. Because you know what? And being in the position that you and I are in, it's up to us to stay healthy. It's up to us to be able to pass on to the other people what we're doing.
Right.
I'm not a quitter. You're not a quitter. By the way, we got a couple more minutes. Want to once again tell everybody who you are and what's happening?
Dr. Jodie MacDonald, holistic practitioner out of Drake, which is literally just over the border of New Hampshire. I have many, many modalities that I could use to help people because everybody's an individual, so not everybody is treated the same in holistic health. I use a lot of herbs to help people, getting into the essential oils a little bit more, and again, many forms of energy work.
And who are you?
Michael Martineau, Texas Mike, fun loving local celebrity.
I am Reverend Norman Mooney, and yes, I did go to Bible school. Yes, I did earn my degree to become a reverend. I went to, because I'll ask you, I went to Oral Roberts University. Actually, I took the online courses from them, so I am technically a licensed, you know. But I am a spiritual reader. I don't like the word psychic, because I think the psychic, it scares people away, although I do say it. And my website is spiritualvisionary.net, and my email is Second Visions by Norm. And then again, but because people need, you know, I like to call myself a spiritual reader and advisor. You know? And you can reach me on Facebook, you can reach me here, or at 603-289-4789. You ever have trouble remembering your own phone number?
Not really, no.
No,
Other people's phone numbers, yes. My own, no.
That's why we have it today on there. You have trouble remembering your own home phone number, Mike?
My cell phone number, no. Home phone don't have one, so.
My Scott is great at that. If I've lost somebody's number, I'll say like, he can find it for me, and he's fantastic. That's why we get along so well, because we work together, and not you and your husband work together. That's the name of the game. You have to work together.
You have to work. You know, I mean, being in a relationship is just like having a full-time job.
Yeah.
It is.
And you know
You
what?
gotta work at
Don't ever lose the communication.
Mm-mm.
Once you've lost communication, then you know you might as well say, and don't take it for granted that each other is going to be, because you never know. They may not come home. They may be, but don't. It's okay to tell your child. It's okay to tell your husband how much you love them.
Oh, absolutely. I do it all the
Or
time.
whatever. Yeah. And it's, but say it. I used to say it to my many wives, but that's okay. You know. I love you going out the door, but I didn't even know what it meant. It was an easy word to use. Think about it, though. You can't love someone else until you truly love yourself.
Unconditionally.
And it's a whole newborn love. When I learned how to really love, I found out a whole new love for myself. I get along better now with my ex-wives. You know, I was counting all the other affairs I've had. Oh God, too many to remember. You know.
My goodness.
But we, you know, well, it's up to us to change, and up to us to believe in ourselves. And like when Mike is such an inspiration. You really are, Mike, and that's why I think when you
Only
get back,
you
let
can
me
change
know.
your own life.
Yeah, exactly.
He is proving there's no such thing as you can't do it. And that is a model that I think that we all should live by. Don't go, oh, I can't do this, right? Or it's too hard. This guy has worked how many years to get your degree? You know, several years.
Yes.
But look at it, he's getting it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. He's getting it, and you know, and it's an honor to have him on. When you get it, come on the show and so we can take big pictures.
Yes.
With you, okay?
But just remember, you're a spiritual being living in a human body, not a body with a spirit.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for coming on,
Thanks for having me.
and thanks for having you come back on. Mike, we'll see you on again soon.
Yep. Thank you.
And have fun in Pennsylvania.
Will do.
And have fun on your new journey. It's going to be confusing, but it's going to be worthwhile. And everybody out there, remember, we all love you, and every day you're a winner.